Nobody came. Hill country flooding survivors recount anguish and neglect during emotional hearing. In the pre-dawn hours of July 4, 2025, the unthinkable happened in the Texas Hill Country. A flash flood sent the Guadalupe River roaring through Kerr County, sweeping away homes, campsites, and RV parks. One witness watched more than 100 trailers bob past, the screams inside drowned only by rushing water. By the time the river receded, at least 136 people were dead, 37 of them children. Last week, survivors packed a Texas legislative hearing to ask a simple question. When the water rose, where was the help? Lawmakers quickly zeroed in on a leadership vacuum. State emergency managers had emailed warnings hours before the storm, then convened a phone briefing. But the three local officials responsible for sounding the alarm never picked up. County Judge Rob Kelly, the county's top emergency manager, was at a lake house 2 hours away for a family gathering. Emergency Management Coordinator William Dub Thomas was homesick and missed repeated calls. Sheriff Larry Litha asleep until deputies woke him. Lieutenant Governor Dan Patrick didn't hold back, telling Kelly, "Everyone was here that day working their tails off, and you were nowhere to be found." One legislator summed it up. The three men charged with warning Kerr County were effectively unavailable. For residents, that absence proved deadly. Bud Bolton testified that an official evacuation alert arrived only after every house on his street was gone. Rosa Toller said her warning was the sound of neighbors screaming down the road. Alicia Jeffrey Baker recounted losing her parents and 11-year-old daughter Emmy, identified only by a charm bracelet. Through tears, she begged lawmakers for a reliable alert system. In the chaos, ordinary people stepped into the void. Mike Richards, a local rancher, recovered 10 bodies himself and called the state's response pathetic. The hearing also played the final 911 call from Sherry Richardson, who ultimately drowned. She used her last moments to direct rescuers to a nearby home for disabled children, saving 13 kids and 3 caretakers. Testimony highlighted multiple systemic failures. Spotty cell and internet service crippled warnings. A key National Weather Service liaison position sat vacant for months, leaving local leaders without clear guidance. Survivors urged the state to install water-triggered sirens and other audible alerts that don't rely on cell towers. The emotional toll endures. Keely Rabin described how her 2 sons, who survived flooding at a summer camp, now scan every room for higher ground and wake up screaming. She found mental health care only through a volunteer Facebook group, not any official channel. Governor Greg Abbott has already called a special session focused on flood relief, warning systems, and disaster preparedness. For survivors, legislation can't come soon enough. They want concrete changes and accountability to ensure the desperate cry of "nobody came" is never heard again.